35 ministries and departments signed first ever joint declaration and coordination and implementation of action plans to prevent and control non-communicable diseases. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus urges public awareness and stronger control systems to prevent non-communicable diseases. Trained workers to be sent to Japan, Korea and Europe over the next 5 years, says Expatriate's welfare advisor. The film nominated for government grants should be made with sensitivity in light of the actual events of the July uprising, says Information and Broadcasting Advisor Mahfuz Alam. Maulana Bhashani Bridge on Tista River connecting Gaibandha and Kurigam opened for vehicular movement, local government advisor inaugurates. 56 more Palestinians killed in Israeli aggression in Gaza, at least 19,000 children killed in Israeli attacks. And Bangladesh begins SAF under 17 women's football with 3-1 victory over Voda. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. This is Shoma Bose welcoming you all. Those were the headlines. Now move on to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has said the joint declaration signed on the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases will be a new milestone for health protections, as it will help achieve the health-related sustainable development goals. The Chief Advisor said this today while speaking at the signing ceremony of the joint declaration aimed at strengthening interministerial cooperation for integrated action in the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases. Professor Yunus handed over the joint declaration to the senior secretaries. Senior secretaries and secretaries of 35 ministries signed the joint declaration on the non-communicable diseases. Stressing the need for making the country's people aware of public health, Professor Yunus said if the young people are not made aware of tobacco today, the future of the next generation will be uncertain.
এবং যত চ্যালেঞ্জিং থাকুক না কেন আমাদেরকে সুস্থ সবল প্রজন্ম গড়ে তুলতেই হবে। এই জন্য সরকারি বেসরকারি সুশীল সমাজ জাতীয় ও আন্তর্জাতিক সংস্থা উন্নয়ন সহযোগী সংস্থা সমাজের সকল শ্রেণীর মানুষ সকলের সক্রিয় অংশগ্রহণ প্রয়োজন। অসংক্রামক রোগের চিকিৎসা ব্যবস্থাপনা যেমন উন্নত হওয়া জরুরি, তেমনি রোগগুলো যেন কম হয় অথবা একেবারেই না হয়, সেজন্য উপযুক্ত জনসচেতনতা এবং প্রতিরোধ এবং নিয়ন্ত্রণ ব্যবস্থা গড়ে তোলা দরকার। স্বাস্থ্যসেবা বিভাগের একার পক্ষে এটা সম্ভব নয়, এটার একার কাজও নয়, সবাই মিলে এটাকে করতে হবে। এই জন্য সব মন্ত্রণালয়ের সহযোগিতা দরকার।
The Chief Advisor said the people should be made conscious about sugar intake on an urgent basis. He underscored the need for giving special priority to the implementation of the joint declaration and ensuring the necessary allocation and manpower to this end.
আজ সচেতন করা না গেলে আগামী প্রজন্মের ভবিষ্যৎ অনিশ্চিত হয়ে পড়বে। এর পাশাপাশি স্বাস্থ্য সচেতনতার জন্য চিনির পরিমাণ নিয়ন্ত্রণ জরুরি ভিত্তিতে মানুষকে সচেতন করতে হবে। জাতীয় নীতিগুলো এমনভাবে প্রণয়ন করতে হবে যেন সেগুলো স্বাস্থ্যবান্ধব হয়, অসংক্রামক রোগ প্রতিরোধ নিয়ন্ত্রণে সহায়ক হয়, শিশু কিশোর নারী স্বাস্থ্য যেন বিশেষ অগ্রাধিকার পায়। আজকের এই যৌথ ঘোষণা স্বাক্ষরের মাধ্যমে জাতীয় স্বাস্থ্য সুরক্ষায় আমরা একসঙ্গে কাজ করতে নতুন করে প্রতিশ্রুতিবদ্ধ হলাম। এটি শুধুমাত্র একটা আয়োজনের মধ্যে যেন সীমাবদ্ধ না থাকে, এটি আমাদের সম্মিলিত প্রয়াস। আমি বিশ্বাস করি এতে বাস্তবায়নের মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশের জনস্বাস্থ্য সুরক্ষা কার্যক্রম আরও গতিশীল হবে। এটি হবে অগ্রগতির একটা নতুন মাইলফলক।
Health and Family Welfare Advisor Nurjahan Begum, Special Assistant on the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Professor Dr. Mohammed Saidur Rahman, Health Services Division Secretary Mohammed Saidur Rahman and WHO Director Program Management for Southeast Asia Region Dr. Thangsofon Thamoragasi also spoke on the function. The committee formed to review applications of defunct retired government officials today submitted its second report of the Chief Advisor Professor Mahmud Yunus. Convener of the committee and former Finance Secretary Zakir Ahmed Chaudhary handed over the report to the Chief Advisor at his office. The five-member committee has completed its tasks in two phases to review the applications of the officers who were deprived of their jobs from 2009 to 4 August 2024 under the Ministry of Public Administration and to prepare its recommendations. In the first phase, it reviewed the application of deprivation for the post of Deputy Secretary and above and submitted a report to the Chief Advisor on December 10, 2024. In the second phase, the committee has recommended that a total of 78 officers, including 12 officers in Grade 1, 32 officers in Grade 2, and 34 officers in Grade 3 be given promotions with retrospective effect. Muhammad Sirajuddin Mia, Principal Secretary to the Chief Advisor, was present on the occasion. The government is working to send trained workers to Japan, Korea and Europe. Expatriates Welfare Advisor Asif Nazrul expressed hope that if everything goes as planned, a trained workforce would emerge within the next 5 years. He was reviewing the ministry's progress over the last 1 year at Probashi Kollan Bhavan in the capital. The advisor said MOUs have been signed with Oman to expand the labour market, but new workers would be sent to Serbia, Italy, Spain, Australia and Malta. In addition, workers will also be sent to Mauritius and Iraq. An MOU has also been signed with one province of South Korea for sending seasonal workers, he added. Asif Nazrul further briefed journalists about the new amenities extended to expatriates at the international airport. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Muhammad Mahfuz Alam has said that here is a lot of diversity in the stories of the films nominated for government grants this year, especially the stories of July uprising was very good. He said the film should be made this sensitivity in light of the actual events of the July uprising. The information advisor said this at a ceremony to hand over the first installment of grant to the producers of full-length and short films nominated for government grants at the meeting room of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting today. Laying emphasis on improving the quality of films being produced with government grants, that the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting will provide all-round support in improving the quality of films being produced with government grants. He said that as part of this, the Ministry will organize a workshop on improving the quality of films. Experts in the relevant field will be invited to the workshop. Regarding the selection of films for government grants, the advisor said this year the films have been selected with the utmost transparency. Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Mahbooba Farzana spoke on the occasion. Subject to film production, a total grant of 75 lakh taka will be provided in 4 installments to each full-length film, and a total grant of 20 lakh taka will be provided in 4 installments to each short film. The Maulana Bhashani Bridge, earlier known as Tista Bridge, constructed over the Tista River to connect Kurigram and Gaibandha district, has inaugurated. Asif Mahmood Shoji Bhuiya, advisor to the local government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Ministry, inaugurated the bridge at noon today. The 1,490-meter-long PC Girder Bridge has been constructed over the Tista River between Horipur Khyaghat under Sundarganj Upazila of Gaibandha and Chilmari Khyaghat under Chilmari Upazila of Kurigram. According to LGED sources, the bridge will reduce travel distance between the two districts by over 100 kilometers. A Chinese contractor built the bridge under LGED supervision with financial assistance from the Saudi Development Foundation. The total construction cost stood at 885 crore taka. LGED sources said the bridge is expected to play a vital role in improving transportation of agricultural goods to Rangpur city as well as Kurigram and Gaibandha towns. This will help farmers market their produce timely, boost incomes and contribute to improving the socio-economic conditions of the region. AB party has submitted 9-point proposals including introducing PR system and appointing volunteers along with the law enforcing agencies for the upcoming parliament election. AB party chairman Mujibur Rahman Manju said this while briefing newsmen after meeting Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasiruddin at Agarga Election Commissioner building in the capital today. The AB party chairman further said that to prevent election violence, proposal was also given to deploy school students who are not voters as volunteers, along with the law enforcement agencies at polling stations. BNP Standing Committee member and President of the Anniversary Celebration Committee, Nazrul Islam Khan, made the announcement at a press conference at the party's central office in Neapolitan this afternoon. According to the schedule, the formal celebration will begin with a discussion meeting on August 31. Party and national flags will be hosted on September 1st, while BNP leaders and activists will place floral wreath at the grave of Shahid President Ziaur Rahman. On September 2, a colorful rally will be brought out from the Neapolitan office, marching through streets of the capital. Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, Joint Secretary General Khairul Kabir Khokon, Shahiduddin Chaudhary Ani, Abdul Salam Azad and other central BNP leaders were also present at the press conference. The Bangladesh Jatiyota Chhatra Dol has announced a 27-member panel for the upcoming Dhaka University Central Students' Union DAKSU election. Abdul Islam Khan, Joint General Secretary of the Dhaka University Unit of Chhatra Dol, has been nominated for the post of Vice President, while Tanveer Bari Hamim, convener of the Joshimuddin Hall Chhatra Dol, has been nominated for General Secretary. In addition, Tanveer Al-Hadi Maid, convener of Bijoy Ekatur Hall Chhatra Dol, has been nominated for the position of Assistant General Secretary. The panel was announced at a press conference held around 12 noon at the base of Dhaka University's Opera Geo Bangla statue, where the written statement was read by Chhatra Dol President Rakibul Islam Rakib. Except for one post, the Chhatra Dol announced nominations for all positions. As a tribute to Sanjida Ahmed Toni, a student who was injured during the July movement, no candidate was nominated for the position of Secretary for Research and Publications. While announcing the panel, Chhatra Dol President Rakibul Islam Rakib said popular and young leaders have been nominated through our democratic process. There was no outside interference here. Bangladesh Ganotantrik Chhatra সংসদ has announced full panel for the Dhaka University Central Students' Union DAKSU elections. Convener of Dhaka University Unit of Bangladesh Ganotantrik Chhatra সংসদ Abdul Kader will contest for Vice President post from this panel. On the other hand, Central Convener of the organization Abu Bakr Mojumdar will VIE for General Secretary post. Besides, spokesperson of the organization Ashrefa Khatun became candidate for the post of DAKSU Assistant General Secretary. Shahidul Islam Bhuiya, father of July martyr Farhan Fayaz, announced the panel in front of Dhaka University Central Library this afternoon. Testimony in the case of crimes against humanity of the July uprising against Sheikh Hasina, Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal, Ubaidul Qadir and former IGP Abdul Al Mamun has concluded for the 6th consecutive day. The testimony session at International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtuza Majumdar, began at 12 p.m. 4 witnesses, including the mother of one of the July martyrs, testified in the case. Prosecutor Mizanul Islam said this while briefing at the International Crimes Tribunal today. He said that a doctor and a nurse from the neuroscience hospital gave their testimony today. The witnesses demanded death penalty for Sheikh Hasina, Ubaidul Qadir, Asaduzzahman Khan Kamal and the other accused, he added. The fourth day of appeal hearings by the defense in the August 21 grenade attack case has concluded with the hearing scheduled to resume tomorrow. Earlier on Tuesday, the State Council completed their submission before the Supreme Court seeking to overturn the High Court acquittal of Tariq Rahman and Lutfuzzaman Babar. The appeals are being heard by a six-member appellate bench headed by Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed. Previously, on 1 December, the High Court acquitted former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzzaman Babar, BNP Acting Chairman Tariq Rahman and all other accused in the murder and explosive cases related to the August 21 grenade attack, rejecting the death references and allowing the appeals filed by the defenders. The Chamber Court has suspended the High Court's bail order granted to police officer Sajjatuzzaman in connection with the July movement and has ordered him to surrender. This morning, Chamber Judge Justice Muhammad Razal Haq issued the order following a petition by the states to stay the bail. Earlier, a High Court bench has granted bail to S.I. Sajjatuzzaman in a case filed over the killing of Imam Hassan Taim in Jatrabari during the July uprising. Following the bail order, members of the martyrs' families staged protest on Tuesday. Now moving to international news.